good. That's
it's
good.
Just uni that's just been a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been good. How about you?
That's good. I've been good too.
Good.
You know, I've been good.
Yeah, I've been seeing you all over my For You page. As you should.
Amen.
Yeah.
So need God. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself? Let everyone know.
My name is. Oh, I should be looking at the camera.
Yeah.
My name is Laura Ehio. I am a singer-songwriter. I am a worshipper. I am an artist. I am a session vocalist. And I am a child of God. Period.
First and foremost. Yeah. I wanna just ask you a couple questions about like your music. Is there any song that you'd like to start with specifically, or would you just like to?
Oh, do you flow?
Okay. I think we should start off with Closer.
Okay.
That's my personal fave. I love it so much. Like the lyrics are just like so honest and raw. It's almost like a prayer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just wanted to like ask you about where you were and like what was happening at the time when you wrote the song.
Okay, so that's actually one of my favorite written songs just because of where it comes from and where it stems from. So it comes from Exodus 4, that whole chapter, right? So if you don't know it, go and read your Bible, but I will break it down. So it is where Moses, he's encountered the bush and everything, and then God says to him, pick up your rod.
Yeah.
And then he says, he's showing him the signs and the wonders that he can do with it. Drop it on the ground, it turns into a snake. He gets scared, he comes back, and then God says, pick it up, picks it up, turns back into a rod, put your hand in your bosom, take it out, it's withered. I don't go and read the chapter. But at the very end, I believe it's Exodus 4:17. I might be wrong. He says, pick up your rod and basically go and do signs and wonders in his name. So and it was like a circle moment because the first verse was like pick up your rod and then the last verse. But anyways, I'm not trying to get into the annotations and stuff.
Like, yeah.
But what you call it? In between that, Moses kept saying to God, like he kept giving excuses basically and like saying like, oh, but I've got like a speech defect basically, like how am I gonna be able to speak to your people? How will they listen to me? He was just giving excuses. God was even angry. He was like, what the heck, like I told you to go do something and you're just. Then obviously God said your brother, I think it's his brother, your brother he's gonna like be able to speak for you, whatever. But what I loved about that chapter is that God gave Moses a vision or a goal, and Moses already had the tool to sort of execute that. So that rod, that pick up your rod is like, when I say that in the song, it means like go for your calling. Like God will call you to do things, and it is, as a child of God, we must obey. And I feel like a lot of the time, like with us Christians, God will tell us to do something, but the thing, and we might be scared, we might feel like we're not worthy enough or we're not up to par for that particular task. But the one thing, that song is just a reminder that wherever God gives a vision, he's already given provision for that. So that rod that Moses had was even like a source of comfort in a way. He was in the wilderness, right? And he was shepherding. That rod or staff, is another word for it, is a sign, is a symbolism of leadership, is a symbolism of being a leader. So that thing that he's always holding, that is comfort for Moses, God said, okay, I'm going to use that,
Right.
and you're going to do signs and wonders in my name. So like God will always, he knows what to equip you with on, or even like a season of where you're hiding, or a season where you might be in your lows right now. It might be your growth season. It might be preparation for a bigger vision that God has for you. So anyways, I'm not trying to give you guys Sunday sermon. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to but so that's what the song is about. It's about it's sort of about that, but it's more like in your head, like what's going on in your head. I want it to sort of incorporate that humanity aspect into it as well. Like in the first verse, there's like a debate in your mind, like, oh my gosh, I'm bracing, I'm sweating, I'm running, like everything is going on. And I really wanted to capture that and put it into song. And just to know that we're humans, like, and God knows that we are humans and we feel like that. But there is comfort. Our source of comfort should be in Him. So when I say pick up your rod and go, is go and literally do what God has asked you to do. Yeah, pretty much. Like, pretty much.
I just love that the whole song is like a conversation that like somebody 100%. Would literally have like with God. And like you said, like we're human and sometimes we go through things, but like God gives us the space to question 100%. And you have that space in 100%. The song, like where you're like not going back and forth, but then it's like you're going through the process and the motions in your mind.
100%.
And I just love how like your song represents that. It's not just like, you know, we have to have faith and we just got to like keep it stepping
push on like that's great. Exactly. That's great, but
sometimes we question, sometimes we stumble, sometimes we doubt a bit, and you address that in the song. And I feel like that is really important because it's not all roses and flowers.
Literally, it's not all daisies and butterflies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty much. And my favorite line of that song, I do have a favorite line. Pick up your rod and go is definitely a favorite line of mine. And in the first verse, I say, as I stare into the unknown when my starting line is found. So like where God is telling you to go, you might not even understand the vision or know where He's telling you to go or know what's there. Like it's literally like a dark tunnel. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that is where that starting line is found. So you actually need to get there. You just need to keep pushing on and going and just trusting God. So I feel like that's definitely a favorite line. Like I was like, girl, you snapped when you came up with that, girl. You ate with that one.
My favorite line is you are where I want to be. You're where I want to be. You're where I want to be.
Which one is that?
I want to be.
Oh, it's go where I want to be.
Oh, that's so awkward. That's so awkward.
That's right.
Do you know what? This is
go where I'm meant to be.
Go where I'm meant to. Okay,
go where I'm meant to be. Yeah.
No, that's so embarrassing.
That's right.
That's so funny, but like, I like that line.
Yeah.
Let me double check that. Give me a second. Let me go to Spotify because I just like the fact that you're saying. Well, I thought it was you're where I want to be. So I was gonna say that I like that line because it's like you acknowledge that where you're supposed to be. Like, you know, when you come to that realization that like where. It doesn't matter where you are, like you just want to be in the presence of God. Like that's all that matters. Like I feel like a lot of Christians now are like coming to the place where they understand that like in this life, like nothing really matters if you're doing things like without God. So that's what I thought the line said.
Well, go where I'm meant to be is sort of the same thing.
Similar.
Because it's like God is telling you to go. He's telling you where you're meant to be, Abby.
Yeah. You're right. Not me trying to tell you what lyrics are in your song.
That is so funny.
It is go where I want to be. Okay, cool.
Go where I'm meant to be.
Meant to be. Okay, cool.
It's alright. Them lyrics came up on Spotify a little late anyway, so.
Period.
No, it's okay.
Okay, well, on to the next song, Pompous. I love that song. There's just like an air of like pride and confidence that comes with the song. And like at first when I was listening to the lyrics, I was like, oh, like I like it, but like I don't really get it. But then as I kept listening, I was like, oh, like she's like confident and being pompous and she's boasting in Christ.
Yes.
Yes?
A bit of, but yes. Yes. No, yes.
But yeah, I just want you to like elaborate more on like the lyrics and the message behind the song.
So the message behind Pompous. So, the verse that it comes from, because all my songs stem from a place in the Bible, is 2 Peter 1:10, and it says, "Therefore, brethren, be even more diligent to make your call and election sure, for if you do these things, you will never stumble." So I had this verse, and the word pompous, I have a list of like just a list on my notes, and I just write down things that, like, even if it's sentences, words that I might just like use in my songs or whatever. And I liked the word pampas because I heard it in another song actually, and they were talking about how um because they're an artist or they're a celebrity, some people might call them pumpers, but they're literally just tired. They're touring everywhere. They have to like put a facade on all the time, and people might call them pumpers for, you know, not trying to like be happy and jolly all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I heard the word in a form of I think so. I might be very wrong, but yeah, it was in my notes anyway. So Pampers, the whole song, the word means to be very like prestige, egoistic, to be very like big-headed in a way. So how
all like negative connotations.
yeah, it is quite negative. And the song is basically a Christian, or let's say myself, in a place where I want to now focus on my walk with Christ. I want to be diligent. I want to press on. I want to be I don't want to stumble, you know, referring back to 2 Peter 1:10. And old friends or old habits or old bondages even might tell you, oh, you're doing too much. This Christ thing is a bit too much. You're moving a bit prestige now because what, you don't want to go clubbing?
Yeah.
You don't want to go clubbing anymore. Oh, you're moving a bit prestige. You're moving a bit pompous.
Yeah.
So that's where the word pompous sort of fits into that. And the chorus itself is like it's mad. Like you have to really get it.
Yeah.
So like it's like me telling it's man to man. So it's me having a conversation with my old life. Like Pampers, them say to me, Pampers, that are you with or for us? Things that they do subconsciously. So things that they might do like on a sly. Then that's me now saying to them, blessings are coming my way. Allow me to find my way. I don't want to remain caught up, Pampers. So it's like I don't know. It's only God that dropped that thing in my head. I'm telling you.
It's so clever though. Like it's cleverly done. Like the way that you've gone about it, and I feel like I see that in a lot of your writing. That like the way you go about things, like you could just like state it and like make a statement and that's it. But like it's almost like your songs go through a process. Like you were saying, it's like a conversation that you're having. And yeah, I just like the way that you've gone about written it. It's a great song. Everything about it, lyrics, music, top notch.
Shout out to Sam, the producer.
Oh, yes.
Go and hit him up, guys. What a guy. Yeah.
But yeah. I was gonna ask you about Stay Prayed Up. OGs know about that one.
OGs know about Stay Parade.
That one's such a bop. Better stay prayed up now. You must stay prayed up now.
That is like my baby, like my firstborn song.
Yeah. I remember when that
actually
came,
out there.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I remember when that came out, and at the time, for me personally, I was like kind of like questioning where I fit and like what exactly I want to do like in the music industry, and especially because like at college we went to the same college.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were people that were confident and proud in their Christianity, but like no one was really doing Christian music. I feel like it was you and like Mariam, and then that's like kind of it. Like no one was actually like releasing Christian music. So when this song came out, I was like, wow. I was like, yeah, because there were a lot of people who were Christians, but like they would do secular music, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But like I just loved how you were like proud and confident enough to like just step out, especially in that like earlier on in your career as well. So yeah, when that came out, I was just like, oh, and this song again, lyrics again, better stay prayed up until now. Every time I lack in my prayer life, I just hear, you better stay prayed up. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Would you like to elaborate?
Of course. I'm going to try and remember everything. I don't remember the verse. I think it's just like, it's not even meditate on the word daily. I can't remember the verse. I don't remember the verse where it stemmed from for my songwriting, but I wrote it. When did I write it? Around lockdown. It was right before lockdown, and it was actually for a project in college. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it for a live session, or was it just like
something live? It was like people for band, and we had to write basically. And I was like, cool. like because at that time, I can't lie, I wasn't like confident in me writing Christian music, because it's like I didn't see a lot of people around me do it at that time, especially in our college. Like a lot of people, college, music college will show you people are so diverse. People like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and even I was even in a space where like, fam, people will challenge Christianity.
Oh yeah.
If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. And if the shoe fits, tie your two shoelaces and keep it stepping. What? It's you I'm talking about. They will challenge Christianity. Yeah. But now, by the grace, now I'm at a point where like you can chat all you want about Christ, innit? But I know for a fact, more than fact, that he's real. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
No question about it.
So going back to Stay Prayed Up, it was a time where like loads of stuff was going on in the world. Like I think like, and I was so burdened by it. I was like, oh my God, like Jesus is coming soon, guys. So it was like a wake up call. Like I need to stay prayed up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like what my lyrics?
I just think like emphasis on the prayer. A lot of people kind of like dodge that word, and there are a lot of like spiritual words and spiritual language that is okay to use, like manifest and you know, like just positive thinking and stuff. But the fact that you use the word prayer and like that emphasizes and solidifies like you're talking about praying to 100%, God 100%. And you weren't shying away from that. I feel like that was a good thing. A good thing in the song, a good thing for that time as well, that like you're saying, at the time like a lot of things were happening, but when bad things happen, that's when Christians should like stand up and be strong 100%. In their faith and represent God. 100%. Because sometimes God uses situations like that to like shed light on what he's doing. And yeah, so I feel like within that chorus, within that line, within that word, like there's a lot of power in what you've done there. So,
and it was more of like just showing people that God is always there and he's always going to be there to rescue you. If you pray and just invite him in all of your situations. Like he is literally, he's not going to forsake you or ignore you. He will answer you. He will respond. So, and he was talking about me releasing it and like putting it out there. I think I only got that confidence from lockdown. So when we were in lockdown, I was doing loads of Instagram lives, and I didn't really know what covers to do, because I didn't really want to like do covers and on like songs that were out back then. Like it wasn't really clicking with me. So I was like, cool, let me just do Stay Prayed Up. And the response was absolutely crazy. Like people loved it. It's my favorite song to play on guitar because you know. So that sort of gave me and people were singing. From when people are singing your song, like they're singing it to you, you're like, So I was like, cool. Released it, I think, in September 2020. Got it recorded in a month before. Yeah, so it's just be confident with your craft, especially as a Christian. Like God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love,
that part,
and of a sound mind. So especially in the music industry, I say all the time, like there's no space to be timid about what you do, especially when it comes to Christ and you do Christian music. So I'm happy I put it out there.
Yeah, everything, like the timing of it, everything was like perfect. So just like about your music and your sound in general, like what is the inspiration behind the choices that you make in your music?
So I feel like I'm a big mixing pot of a lot of different inspirations. So my biggest inspirations from like artists, Mali Music. I think he's absolutely amazing. Phenomenal songwriter, phenomenal minister and just a performer. Again, Jonathan McReynolds. Then obviously like just a bit of I'm a worshipper first, so I grew up listening to gospel and big choirs back in the day, and you know. So it's a bit of that. I love her. Love her. I think she's amazing. Like, she is just so cool. Like, she's so cool. So my sound is a mixture of a lot of things. Like, I take what I like, not take, but like, yeah, I do. I take what I like from like different artists and like make it my own. So it's not like I'm copying and pasting, but like I and definitely just practice, just jamming on your ones and then like figuring out what you like. And like, yeah, figuring out what you like, because I do have a particular sound and I'm very intentional with what I write and the melodies that come to me. Melody is so important to me. Yeah, like I write lyrics and stuff, but I feel like my melodies are something that I am even more intentional about, because I just it's something that's so important to me. My melody choices. I look and I look for that and I listen for that when I listen to other songs. So when people listen to my songs, obviously I'm like, I would want that expectation to be set that, okay, I know that there's gonna be a nice melody here. Um what was the question again? So sorry.
just like what's the inspiration behind your sound? But I think you've kind of
Yeah, I love Ed Sheeran. I grew up
right.
loving Ed Sheeran. The guitar, I think all
Yeah,
of
you
them
play
play
the guitar.
guitars, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we can
This is
see
running
a
theme.
common denominator. But yeah, so I love Ed Sheeran. His writing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So just a bit of that, I guess. I love the big gospel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big gospel. But I also love just the guitar and vocal,
Yeah.
raw.
Just the intimate.
Or even
Yeah.
just like I've had songs where it's just been vocals. So like they would use their vocals and do like an a cappella sound in the
Right.
back. What? That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is sickening. Do you know what I mean? I love. Do you know what I mean? I'm a big mix and pot of a lot of things. Yeah.
I think a lot of people just expect like Christian music to sound a certain way. And I just love
Mm.
that like your inspiration stems from so many different
Yeah.
people, but you still allow like your message to be presented
100%.
in a creative way. Like it doesn't
100%.
have to be like
It
doesn't have to
doesn't
be
have at
boring.
all,
It doesn't
and
have to be bland.
it doesn't. And I feel like the older generation need to understand that. Like a lot of I've heard arguments. No, they do, because I've heard arguments that, oh, like gospel R&B isn't actual gospel. Like
Yeah.
it's not. But it's like, who are you to put God in a box? God is
That
the
part.
ultimate creative and creator. So how dare you put him in a box? Like, I don't understand. Do you think God wants to be worshipped in one
Yeah, in one
and one
way, one
singular
sound.
one sound? Do you know what's mad? Yeah. And like I was speaking to my friend about this, and she was saying that it's mad how like all of our voices are different. Like, to produce sound from our voice.
Yeah.
Like, God created our vocal cords, right?
He did that
And
for a
he knows
reason.
exactly, and he knows what sound is gonna come out of our mouth when we talk, when we sing, when we whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as singers, we have individually alone, just your voice alone is a completely different sound.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So what makes you think that everybody that sings gospel now should now stick to one type of music? I don't think it makes sense. I don't think God. I know God wouldn't want to just be worshipped in one sort of way. When He is like, when He was making the world, I picture God like doodling. Just like butterflies,
Like,
trees, alligators.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, just like doodling and having fun. So why can't we be like that and express ourselves in a creative way, the way God does too? Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people like to bash creatives, but
Yeah.
God is a creative too. You'll
Exactly.
shock you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, I definitely hear that,
Yeah.
and I definitely just urge, like, because there's gospel rock, there's gospel drill,
There's so
there's
many
gospel,
genres.
and I know people, especially that whole thing with gospel drill, it can't is demonic or whatever.
No.
I know so many people who have been saved from encountering a gospel drill song, or a lot of musicians that were in the world come to or switch over to being a gospel drill artist because they saw that this is also an avenue that I can take, and I don't want to be doing drill for the wrong reasons. And I love drill. Like, some people, like, their passion is drill. You can't take that away from them and tell them to go and be singing Tasha Cobbs and
It's
William
still song
McDowell
only, like.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so many people get saved through different avenues. So allow people to do that. I know so many people that have been saved through, like for example, like indie music. Isn't that like Hillsong is a bit of indie?
Yeah.
To be very frank and be very Lampard, is indie music, Abby. It is. It's very indie, and we've got that. We've got the R&B. We've got the soul. We've got the gospel blues. We've got gospel rock.
Yeah.
I heard one on TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
Why?
And I was like, get into it.
If that's an avenue for more souls to be saved for the kingdom of God, then so be it.
Yeah, as long as the message of the gospel isn't compromised, more time it isn't.
Exactly.
And I think that should be the focus, making sure that the message is correct.
It's
not
correct.
necessarily how the message is. Okay, let me be careful. That I was going to say not necessarily how the message is presented, but how, like, what message is being presented.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
like sometimes we're focused a bit too much
on
the wrong
things. Like, just be glad that young people have, like, not everyone's gonna like the traditional gospel. Like, yes,
and that's okay,
and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is us humans that created the traditional gospel, isn't it? To be very frank and be very Lampard. Okay? So, and times are changing now, and people, like, and it's not every time, it's not every second of the day that people want to be on their knees worshiping. And as for me, I don't listen to worship 24/7. I listen to worship, every day, but I don't listen to it 24/7. So making sure that I have gospel R&B in my playlist, gospel hip hop, gospel trap. There's gospel. I don't really like drill, but there's gospel drill in there, and there's some in my playlist. I can't lie. There's gospel rap, like deep rap. It's like we're allowed to be free. Please, there's freedom and there's joy in the faith. Let's be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know so many kids that have been saved through
that's amazing
music. So it's
that's
just
such amazing testimony.
It's a very important thing.
Yeah, any artists out there, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep letting God use you in the avenue, in the genre that you've chosen to be in, because, like we said before, as long as God is being glorified and the message of the gospel isn't being compromised,
100%.
keep going.
Keep going.
Don't let, just because it might not be popular or like people have their opinions, don't let those things stop you from doing what God has placed on your life.
Yes, because
so
at the end of because at the end of the day as well, we are the ultimate goal is to edify the kingdom.
Yeah.
And to bring more souls to Christ. You doing that gospel drill, you are bringing, so because I know there's drill lovers that don't like the traditional gospel.
Yeah.
So you're creating a way for them to, okay, cool. There's actual, like, I can stop listening to secular music, or I can stop indulging in violent music, because drill, I can't lie, drill is a violent genre.
Yeah,
don't come and tell me.
Beat around the bush.
If you want to come and
it
fight
is
me,
what it is.
Come and fight me. I don't give a heck.
Yeah.
Drill is a it's a violent genre. Like, you talk
so
about
that you're
killing
able
people.
To take that and turn it around and use it for something good,
something godly.
There's nothing,
and holy.
Kudos to you. Well done.
Clap for yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. That's, I feel like that, what everything you've just said is literally what this whole podcast is about. Just wanting to, like, shed light on other genres, other artists, because there are a lot of people doing great things for the kingdom out there, and it's not all negative. Like, I understand that that's, like, certain things, like, need to be spoken about and light needs to be shed on certain things, but we need to also look at the positive and look at what God is also doing, and especially here in the UK, like, there's just been so many, like, concerts and events and stuff that I've been to recently, and the way God is moving. I think it's because everyone is coming with, like, a heart of, like, expectancy.
Yes.
I went to Warehouse Worship, Manchester.
Really? I'm going to that one next year.
I'm I couldn't go to catechism, but that's alright. But it was just absolutely amazing, and it was just amazing seeing so many young people, because like when I was growing up, it was, I'm saying that as if like
we're still young ladies.
I'm literally 21,
okay?
like
we're still
back in the old days.
Ooh, back when I was a youngster. Oh, wow.
It just wasn't, I feel like there were only certain environments that you would see that level of like focus on God, and that would just be like at church and stuff. But like coming to like programs outside of church, it just really opened my eyes. And sometimes, you know, there'll be moments where like it's quiet and you just like look around and you're like, wow, like eyes closed, heads bowed, hands in the air, like everyone is in their own way having an encounter with God. 100%. And like God is he's visiting people in such an individual way, even though there's like 1,000 of us there, like each individual person is having their own separate experience with God. And I just find it so beautiful. But yeah, do you want to like, sorry, it's not on the script, but do you want to like talk about,
I love what is happening right now, like, and you know what it is, like having that community, it's building a very strong community in the Christian space, especially let me talk about one thing before I move on to the other. But like going to events and seeing so many people our age on fire for God. It is we have come a long way, guys, because back in the day our parents used to have to hold our ear and drag us out of bed and drag us to the car to go church, because we didn't want to go church. Do you get what I'm saying? The only thing we're looking forward is Sunday school digestive biscuits that they used to give us. Do you know what I'm saying? We have come a long way, and I love what is happening, and I love the community that's being built, and I love that we are being open with and being very transparent about with our walks with Christ. Like anyone could literally walk up to me and just be like, like what's going on? And I feel like our parents' generation, especially African parents, like they have what I've seen from them is the pray against pray like pray against. I
was literally having a conversation with my dad on the way here about that.
Fire, warring in the spirit, soldiers.
Which is great.
Oh, we love that. We love that.
We love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, because Mom, thank you, because I would not be here without your prayers.
Literally.
But I feel like now us younger generation, our generation, we have seen that, taken from that, but we now understand the importance of having a relationship with Christ too, because I know, like, yes, prayer is important, and you know, but like I didn't see that intimacy, that relationship aspect with the older generation. Not saying that they don't, but like they weren't as open with it, and it was like all I saw was just fire. Fire. Let your inmate thunder. Please, 6 a.m, 6 in the AM, I'm hearing let your inmate thunder.
Oh my goodness.
What? Guys, I mean,
I love that. I love him. Yeah, let your amen.
Let the amen thunder. I want the roof to blow off my house. Because 100%. But yeah, like I feel like that intimacy now is definitely being like shown more. And a lot of people are now coming back to Christ because of that. Because a lot of people turned away from Christ because our parents only showed them the shout. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, if you lack understanding of that, it's just noise to you. It's just noise to you. So a lot of people actually left, but then now a lot more of us are being open with our relationship. We are showing people how to be intimate. We are sharing things. A lot more people that might have turned their back on God are now coming back to him, coming back to the Savior. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's so nice. And it's like I'm so happy that I can go to any event, any like Christian event, and I know I'm gonna see someone that I know I've met at a different event. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a community. I can go myself to Manchester Warehouse. I could have gone myself, and I know that I'm gonna see friends who are embedded and are rooted in Christ, because there's a community being built. There is love being shared around. We are ministering the manifold grace of God, like it says in 1 Peter 4:10, that we are given gifts and we should minister it unto one another, and minister and the manifold grace of God as well. So it's just nice. It's so nice, yo. Damn.
Everyone keep it up. Keep it going.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up. And those who are scared to like go to events as well, please go.
Don't be.
Please go.
God works in such strange ways. Like, I used to be so anxious about like going to events, like going to church and stuff by myself. But every time I would go, God would place a person, like, you don't know who you would sit next to, and then later on down the line, like, they're close friends with you. Like, you don't know who God is putting in your life that if you could have missed out just because you're too scared to like go.
100%.
So don't let that like stop you from doing like going to these places and going to these events, because God works in mysterious ways. And he meets you where you're at. Like, he provides for you and gives you things that he knows that you need. So don't ever be like shy
at all.
Like, scared to go.
Fear is not a fruit of the spirit. Please. I always say it's not a fruit of the spirit. And like, especially those who are praying for like a divine breakthrough or a change in life, like you want to come out of a space that you're in right now and you feel stagnant, or you might be praying for destiny helpers. Okay, you need to now put yourself in those positions where you are meeting other people who will bring you out of that place, that dark place that you may be in, or they might be the ones to help you elevate your life, or they might be the destiny helpers that God has placed for you, but fear is blocking you. So you need to take that away, subtract that away from yourself, and just go. You never know who you will meet. And it's nice, like, it will broaden your network base as well. And the more you go, the more you meet, the more you go to these events, or just even go to your church, your local, it could be a local church. Just keep going to church. You will broaden your network. If you need a wedding planner, you know that you will have
there'll be someone in the church,
a wedding planner who is Christian. And I feel like that's important, because it's like they know your vision in a way. For example, at my wedding, I know that we might worship during the ceremony, but if my wedding planner is not Christian and they don't understand that, there's going to be a bit of conflict there. A bit of tension. I don't want that. I want it to be a thing where, let's build the people. Let's make sure the people around us are Christians that can, Christ lovers that can also hold us up as well. If we need, and in everything that they do, Christ is involved, so that anything that you do that may require them, Christ is also involved too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like praying before, you have a studio session. That is so important to me. And I'm grateful that I've met Christian producers, Christian instrumentalists.
Yes, it's not awkward.
It's not awkward.
Guys, I just prayer.
No, like,
and they're doing it with you as well, inviting the Holy Spirit.
In fact, they even leading the prayer.
Amen.
No, literally, it's really nice.
Yeah,
so nice.
I'm really excited to see like what else unfolds. The rest of the years coming up. But sorry to like backtrack a bit, but you mentioned earlier that you grew up listening to like old school like Christian music and choirs and stuff. What was like your journey to becoming a Christian?
My parents my parents are Christians, right? So I've always grown up going to church and stuff, but like knowing Christ for myself sort of came about around 2018 actually. Was when was it 2018 or 2017 when I gave my life to Christ again? I think, I don't know if it was around March or it was like earlier. It's either March 2018 or October 2017, because I went to an event in my church now, but I wasn't in my church at the time. So and it was so nice because I saw loads of young people on fire for Christ, and it was mind-blowing to me. Because in my mum's church, like, fire!
And then everyone's just like on their phones.
And
like...
do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and the youth, like in my old church, we used to sit upstairs at the back. Like we did not want to be seen. But the reason why we didn't want to be seen is because we just, it just, a lot of the preaching didn't cater to us. A lot of it didn't cater to us. Like half the time I didn't know what was being said in the service. It was just like, it was just part of my routine to go church on a Sunday. And like, you know, my mum was going, so I had to go. Like, it would, do you know what I'm saying? So, so 2018, I left my mum's church. Was this 2018 or 2017? No, it was 2018. 2018, left my mum's church. I wasn't in the church for a couple months. It was a bit of a weird time because it was like I was doing whatever, but it was like, but you know you need to be embedded somewhere, Laura.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But anyways, found my church now that I go to. And from there I was just like, like I began to learn a lot about Christ's love and how we also need to demonstrate that love to others as well. And just being positive and just, what else did I learn? I learned so much. Like the preacher that was preaching back in 2018, his name is Ref C, powerful man. He's an old, like he's older, like he's like our parents' age, like a typical, do you know what I'm saying? When you go to like an African church, you would see the pastors that like he's that of age. But the things that he was preaching about, let me tell you something. It felt like he was following me the whole week. Like he will preach about things that the youth do.
Right.
Like, why do you know about Snapchat? Why do you know about Snapchat?
Who told you?
Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Like things like that. And I was like, rah. And he was funny, but he knew how to be funny, but make sure that we know that this, what he's talking about, is serious.
Right.
So it's like there was a balance.
Yeah.
There was a balance, and like the way he was preaching, there was a couple of, like, you know, of our mums' generation, like the older, you know, the mums and the dads that were there. A small handful, like probably like 10% of the church.
Oh wow! And the rest was just young people.
Oh, our age,
Wow.
and it's still like that now.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Amazing.
Maybe even 5%. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very small amount.
Wow.
But it was so nice to just see so many other young people on fire who love Christ, who are genuine. Because I remember when I first went there, I was like, why is everyone so nice? Like, I was like, what the heck? Like, people were like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like, I walked in, oh my gosh, are you new? Oh my gosh, what's your name? Oh my gosh, where do you live? Just having, like, like what I would call a normal conversation now. But back then, I was like, what the flip? Like, what is going on? Why are you... Whoa, do you know what? You're getting too close.
My business.
But like, and I just...
What do you mean, how was your week?
What do you mean? How was my week? Why are you asking me why are you in my business? That's what I used to think. These men are doing too much. But that's just them showing the genuine love of Christ to me. And it was just something I wasn't used to. And I knew that because I wasn't used to it, I knew that my old church just wasn't the place for me. Right. Because how is it that I'm not receiving that genuine love that is standard here, that should be standard everywhere? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like a lot of us, I say us as in like a lot of like African, I'm Ghanaian, I'm
Nigerian.
Represent. A lot of us, like you were saying, like grew up going to church, but when it comes to like actually like growing and cultivating your own personal relationship with Christ, it's not really like encouraged in a way, because sometimes they don't necessarily understand how to communicate with us.
Yes.
So finding a church and finding a pastor who kind of like understands us in a way that like he can like communicate Christ to us, I feel like it's really important. And like people shouldn't be, just like we said before, like don't be afraid to like branch out and step out and try and find a church that can actually help you with that, because I went through a similar journey of like going through, not that my church didn't cater to the youth. I just felt like where I was, I wanted more. And that's okay. Not to say like that it was a bad church, whatever. And I still like go back and forth between a lot of churches as well. I'm still church hunting, so if anyone has any somewhere to just call home in London, I have one in Leeds, but somewhere to call home in London, I'm still kind of back and forth on. But don't be afraid to like step out and search for that, because I feel like having a church family and church home is very, very important.
So important.
And it changes your whole journey. People think that they can like do it on their own, and like you don't really need church, you know, like there's a lot of like church hurt and stuff. I get it, but then it's like there are so many things that you need people praying for you, you need a community around you, there's so many things that you would lack in your walk with Christ if you don't have that community. So keep like stepping out, keep branching out, keep trying. If you don't like a place, not to say like, you know, like church hop, like if I don't like it, like go, but try and like find your roots, try and like plant your roots somewhere. So yeah,
100%. I agree. And you was talking about church hurt and like people thinking that they can do it on their own. You can't. You can't. So sorry. No.
I don't know.
Even Jesus himself didn't do ministry on his own. So what makes you think that you can do it on your own? Because yes, I'm not saying that you're less of a Christian if you don't go church. No, because church is not your whole Christianity. Your whole Christianity is big, and then church is a part of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's having that community, having brothers and sisters that are going to be able to hold you accountable for things. Because yes, we have our goals and we have things that we need to pattern up as Christians. We are born sinners, so you know naturally we are going to sin, but we need we need people that will hold us accountable. If you say that you want to do this or you're not going to do this, people will be there to pray for you and to hold you up. I'm so sorry, you need people. And I'm not saying that Christians, one thing that a lot of people that have experienced Christian hurt, bro, it wasn't Christ that hurt you, it was humans. And humans are gonna hurt you, regard, like, do you know what I'm saying?
Church, out the church,
at work, you got hurt by your colleague, but you still attend work. But when it comes to church, they want to be doing, I don't want to go back. I get it. I hear it, but no one's perfect. Even if people want to try and act perfect, it's not. It's a hospital. It's basically, if you want to compare it to anything, a church is a hospital for people who need to be healed. Literally. We need God's grace. Like it's only by the grace of God that we can do anything, and his mercy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just knowing that, and also give grace onto other people as well. Like, yes, they might have hurt you, they might have said something that might hurt you, but just pray for them. Pray for them, because all you've done is complain. I'm sorry. This is just to the ones that have complained, obviously. But like, there's a lot
to
of
the minor situations
like,
as well. Sometimes it's a bit small, and it's
and it's like, don't just leave a whole thing because someone hurt you. Do you know how many times
don't walk away from the church? You can walk away from that church, but don't walk away from the church.
Don't be like, I'm never gonna go church again because one person said something. Well, when you had those fights in secondary school, I'm pretty sure you still went in the next day. Abby, no, am I lying? Because when it comes to other institutions and other buildings and other places that we are in, it is absolutely fine, because I know I have to go back in. But because you don't see church, or you don't see your faith as a requirement, or
you don't
as much
the
value and the importance that it holds, you're just flinging it about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So no, it's so important to have that community. And the church, again, is not the building. It is not the building, it is the people. So if you don't like a certain building, then find another building.
Find another one.
Find another building. There's so many, and reach out to people on social media. Social media is there now. There's so many Christian content creators. Do you know how many like big content creators I'm seeing? They're saying give your life to Christ. I'm so happy. It's so nice.
People are so like bold about their faith now. Like before, like if you'd find out someone's a Christian, it's like, oh, you're a Christian? Or even sometimes like you'd find out someone's a Christian and you'd be shocked that they're a Christian, because sometimes the things that you're saying and the not lining up. Do you know what I mean? It's not making sense, but I'm not judging.
Yeah.
But just like what you mentioned, like the boldness that people have nowadays, that you see all of these content creators and influencers, and they'll be like posting about Christ, and I'm like,
bold. It's almost pompous.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's almost pompous, and me love it. Me love it, and me need it. And me want it. Me want more. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Keep it up, because you're giving other people, just the content creator, to everyone, like, just be bold with it, because you don't know what confidence you're now placing. You're now demonstrating boldness and confidence in your faith that other people might need to see to do that as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? Me seeing content creators that are being bold, I'm like, what?
Yeah, with your millions and millions of followers.
Millions of followers.
People can come and cancel you and accuse you and think, oh, because you're a Christian, like, you have certain views and 100%. You believe certain things, but like that doesn't stop you from sharing on your platform
at all. And it's so nice to see.
Lovely stuff.
Because it gives me the confidence. Sometimes I need a confidence boost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I need because sometimes, like, I don't know, ministers, they need a confidence boost as well. Like, everyone needs that support. It's so important to just be around people who are also embedded in Christ.
Yeah.
So don't just isolate yourself. That is what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to isolate yourself, because in isolation, that's when he can attack you. And then who are you gonna go to for advice? You see, I think my pastor now, Rev Nana, he said a long time ago, and I've taken this with me, that every person needs 3 different types of people around them. So you have yourself, and you've got your friends. Right? They, know pretty much as you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Your friends usually are around the same age as you. Yeah. You have people that you look up to. People that you can take correction and take instruction from, take advice from as well, take counsel from. Obviously, our counsel comes from the Lord first, but we need people that are gonna tell us, no, what are you doing? Like, pattern up. Because sometimes our friends don't know better, because they might be in the same position as us. Do you understand? So someone that's like, maybe someone that's older, or someone that's just more experienced in that thing, just someone that you look up to, right? And then the third group of people is people that look up to you. Because there's now a responsibility of patterning yourself.
Right.
Because if you don't, it's not just for you, it's for others. So it's always, Christianity is always about others. It's always about, always about others, right? So it's now not just about you. You have people that are looking up to you. If you backslide, what are they going to think of? Not even about what are they going to think of you. They're going to think it's okay.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a leader, or they might seek you for counsel. Yeah. And then if you fall back into that thing that you told them not to do, it's like, do you understand what I'm saying? So there's like a responsibility. I'm not only just doing this for myself, but for other people as well. And that's what Christianity is about. We're here to bring, as you get saved, you're not only here to, your salvation is not for yourself. Yeah. You cannot be selfish with your salvation. Yes. Your salvation is for other people, to bring other people to Christ, to hold their hand and bring them, as somebody's also holding your own hand as well. Do you understand? It's like a link. Yeah. It's like you're linking arms on the way to heaven. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what it's like. So I feel like knowing that there's 3 different types of people, how can you do Christianity? No. I want you to just come and tell me.
Sense.
I want you to just come and tell me.
It's not making sense.
No, I do. Because even Jesus had people. He had the Father that he always seeks counsel from. He had his friends, the disciples. When he was feeling low, he said to them, I need you guys to pray for me. Yeah. Isn't that Abby? Am I wrong? Yeah. Go and read your Bible if you think I'm wrong. I can hear you. Go and read your Bible. Go and read it. And then he had people that looked up to him. Those were the people that he preached to, the children that he preached to as well. People that looked up to him, So it's very important to have people. Yeah. It's so important. Yeah. Please, Christianity is not a selfish religion. It's about other people. It's about people. It's everything is about others. How you share your love to others. Do you know what I'm saying? When you carry your cross, you're not only carrying your cross for yourself, but you're carrying your cross to show others and encourage others to also carry their cross. Yeah. It's always about others.
Yeah. You don't know how, like, your story could inspire other people. Like, one thing that I'm learning is that, like, so many of us are struggling with the same things. And sometimes we, in our isolation, the devil lies to us and tells us like, oh, you know, like if you come out and say this, like people think of you a different way, people see you a different way, so like, you know, keep this a secret. But literally having community has changed my life in the past 6 months. Like it's changed everything, and just having the space to be open and honest about where you're at with your walk with Christ. You don't have to pretend. Is so important, because at the end of the day, if you're keeping up a facade, the only person that you're actually lying to is yourself. And keeping up a facade is so dangerous, not just for you, but like you mentioned, the people around you, the people who are looking up to you. You don't know how, even you mentioned like backsliding, even you backsliding, if you share that you've fallen back into old sin or whatever, but you've picked yourself back up and you keep going, do you know how that can change and impact so many people's lives? Like, people think that because other people are looking at us, so we always have to be perfect. No.
At all.
In your imperfections, even, what's that scripture? I think it's First Corinthians chapter 1, chapter 13, verse 1. Something about boasting in.
It's
boasting in Christ.
Oh,
like,
it's not the perfect one.
Oh
no, isn't it? I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Let me whip it out. Let me not misquote the Bible.
Your strength is made perfect
in my weakness.
Is
Yeah. You're able to, like, in your weakness, you're able to share more of God's light
100%.
and strength, because you're saying, look, this is me, but because of Christ, this is what I've become, and this is who I am now. So even in your weakness and even in your falling back, like, don't be shy to, like, share your story and share where you're at, because even within that, you can still inspire and bring people to Christ. No one's perfect, and I feel like people think that they have to, like, polish themselves off first before they kind of, like, present themselves to the world.
And
that's
it's
something I struggled with. Like,
same.
I always thought, like, I'm not gonna, like, release music until I get to, like, a certain level of, like, being in, like, my relationship with Christ. Like, I need to be able to, like, I don't know, I need to like shed some things first before, but it's like, no, where you are right now, like, God can still use you, and God can still use your music, and you don't know what your story could do for other people. So
100%. And same with me, like, when I was going to I don't want to move this too much. When I was going to my mum's church, that was it. I was putting up a facade. I would because my church was in Barking.
Right.
Ooh,
East.
Yeah.
East. Represent.
It was deep in East. Deep East. It was deep, yo. East. It was even past East. It was very East. And I lived in South East, like very south of East. And south of East, you have to go near, not central, but you gotta go like near central before you can go back out into East again. So it was like, sometimes anyways, but yeah. So I was a worship leader in my church at the time. Sunday, Friday rehearsals, great. Saturday, Laura, what was you doing? No, Laura, what was you doing? I was out partying. I was what?
I love that in between time. You've got rehearsals on Friday, Saturday.
I went to parties. I did. Back in my days, I went to parties. During the week, like how are you carrying yourself, Laura? Like, how do you carry yourself? Like, yes, your friends know that you have rehearsal Fridays, and that's why you can't come and play after school. But really and truly, how are you carrying yourself in school? How are you portraying yourself? How are you treating others?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Again, with the whole others thing, Christianity is about others. How are you treating others? How are you presenting Christ? I was not presenting Christ. I can't lie. I wasn't presenting Christ. Well, I told my friends that, come church. But it was like, I'm telling them come church, but look at my life. I'm like
the same. What's the difference?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm trying to dress up on Sunday and look a certain way, and I'm singing certain songs with different names and making it look like I'm just this good girl. But then now, how I am, my life. Please, I'm so transparent. Like there's nothing to hide. You actually have to be so transparent because, again, God's strength is made perfect in our weakness.
Yeah.
In our weakness. He's not excusing our weakness, or he's
or highlighting our weakness.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or highlighting it.
Yeah.
He's still showing up in spite of our weakness.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's only by the grace, man. And there was another thing you said as well about oh no. And I was like,
come on, Holy Spirit. Reminder.
There's another thing you said. Sorry, my phone's ringing. You better cut that out. Sorry. I think it was about. Was it music?
I can't remember what I said.
About you being like a certain way, right? Before you release music.
Yeah.
So Stay Prayed Up was actually like I was telling myself. So I didn't really pray like that around that time. Like I didn't.
So that was like a message for yourself.
Yeah, it was a message for myself. Like Laura, like what the heck? Look at the world. Well, you want to continue. Do you know what I'm saying? And I guess that is evidence that God can use anything that you write in whatever position that you're in.
Yeah.
To just to bring glory to His name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy. And it's nice to release a song when you're in a certain place as well, because it's like someone else, again, others. I'm going to highlight it. Others. Oh God, man. Others. It is other people might be in that same position as you, but are seeing that you are still doing things for Christ and still putting out music to glorify His name and to edify the kingdom. And people that will be people's, like, that will give them confidence and lift them up. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I feel like we've covered so much.
Yeah.
That was really good. That was Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing everything and being open and transparent. Like you've said, it's for others.
It's for others,
and you
man.
don't know who could be listening, but I just hope that everyone like takes something from it and is inspired to like, just keep going, keep pressing on. And anything else you'd like to say to end off?
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I love talking, as you guys can see. Even sometimes I'm even like, okay, Laura, shush. But no, honestly, like, guys, Christ loves you so much. Like, it is unbelievable. More than your mum, than your dad, than your carer, than your siblings, more than your girlfriend or boyfriend, like more than your wife and husband. So go back to that first love. Always go back to that first love. And those that have backslidden, because the hardest people to reach and to like talk to you about Christ are people that have backslidden, because they know already about Christ. They know what they have to do, but they're just in a position where they don't want to, or they feel like they can't at all. Please,
never too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late, and it's never too early, because a lot of people think.
Give it a couple months, 3 working days.
Give my life in 1 week. Who says that the horn won't blow tomorrow?
Tell them.
I'm just thinking of it. Like, imagine. No, because what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And you can't blame God, because it's actually you. He's giving you all the tools that you need. He's giving you the people around you. It's just up to you. So definitely just go back to your first love.
Yeah.
Those that don't know Christ, please find a community of good Christians that will show you love and just hold you up. Do you know what I'm saying? Those that are in a dark place, those that don't even believe in Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ is realer than the air that we breathe.
Yeah.
No one can come and convince me. You can bring me all the scholars' books.
Yeah.
You can bring me. There's even proof. Oh, please, I don't want to get into
exactly.
that before.
Let's
Please. Just give your life to Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Bye.